Well, good morning, everybody. How's it going? Thank you guys so much for joining this channel. My name is Brett with Anvil Music and Media, and I'm here live. Welcome to this live edition. If you have not, please go back to my channel and check out my videos. I'm sure there's something that will be able to help and assist you. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. And those of you that are watching this on the replay, I appreciate it. Type in the comments, replay fam. So if you're a part of the replay and you're watching the replay this morning, appreciate you actually joining in and coming in. So I've been sort of researching this week, and first of all, I couldn't wait to come and share. But for those of you that already know, I basically have a channel that focuses on like the everyday person, those who are in the market, and of course maybe be looking to purchase a new Mac Pro, a MacBook Air, an iMac, and I have practical solutions and practical information for those who are like everyday people. Like not everybody is in the computer world that just needs a souped up computer or supercomputer that's fully maxed out, fully functional. All you want and all you need is something that's functional, right? So while you at it, those of you who are in the chat, feel free to say hello. Drop a hey in the comments. Let me know where you're watching from, and we're gonna get right started into this video. So I know many of you and all of us have been in the market at some point in time for a computer, looking for the right instrument just to help us with our everyday activities, whether it's work, school, if you're a student, if you're a creative professional. It makes sense to want to have the right computer system for you to help you to be able to function. It's not a it's not easy to find a computer if you don't know what you're looking for, and it can be a headache if you've already purchased something that did not fit what you are currently your workflow and how you currently work. So it's so many different angles you can approach this from. I mean, if like I said, if you're a student, a professional that creates, even if you're into video editing and photography, like all of these things are different levels, and you're gonna need a different computer based off of those things. So yeah, let me know in the chat. Let me know what you guys use. What type of computers do you have? If you have one computer, you have more than one. You have a MacBook Pro. Do you have an iMac? Like, let me know in the chat what computer and computer systems you are using today. Even if it's Windows, like, I mean, we're cool. I have a HDP or HP that I use. Like, it doesn't really matter. Just let me know. And also let me know what sort of things are you working on this computer with, what sort of things are you working so we're going to get right into it, and we appreciate you guys joining me today. This is a fun sort of subject. So let's start with the creatives, all of those who use the computer for graphic arts, you know, video editors, photographers. This group, you know, we need a little bit more in terms of what the computer can do for us. We don't want to go basic. We don't want to go with a starter sort of system. What I've looked at lately has been the 14-inch MacBook Pro. This chip, this M2 chip, I think it delivers power in that it's ideal for those who are using like apps such as Adobe Creative Suite, which involves InDesign. Those who use Final Cut Pro, it's not Final Cut is not Adobe. Apple recently purchased Pixelmator, which is an app for creatives that allows you to customize and create graphics. So this is now this 14-inch MacBook Pro. It basically, you know, it starts at 512 gigabytes for storage, and then which is really a good starting place. But you can get up to a terabyte. So the RAM, I would recommend 16 gigs of RAM for this MacBook 14. And like I said, it has the M2 chip, which is, you know, it's probably about, the M2 chip is probably now like 2 or 3 years old. But it's got, the features are, it's a high quality liquid Retina XDR display. Pretty good on the speakers. Mac's always done good with audio. And we'll get into that later because that's audio pieces, something that I use and that I dive into. And the battery life gives you, you know, you get up to, I'm not sure what the battery life is. I think the specs have said up to 17 hours. I don't believe that, but if you guys have the MacBook Pro M2, and you can let me know in the comments what this MacBook Pro, how long the battery lasts on it. So, you know, the best choice for, now that's sort of the lighter version of the MacBook 2. Oh, and the price of course is, if you had a question about the price is about $2,000 starting. Now notice, starting at $2,000. If you're adding more RAM, which I'm going to talk about soon, if you're adding more storage, it's going to be more. If you're adding software programs like Final Cut, it's going to be more money. So those of you guys that are here, please like and subscribe to this channel if you get a chance, if you like sort of what I'm talking about today. So let's go a next step up to the to those who have a heavier workload or creative, the creative work that you guys, if you are a little bit more involved, which what I mean by that is whatever programs you're using. For example, if you're a graphic designer and, you know, a video editor, and you need more space, more RAM to be able to function with your activities, I'm going to recommend the MacBook Pro 16-inch, the M2 model. Now, these are, the MacBook Pros are obviously laptops, and that you can carry with you. You know, they're mobile. So that's another perk to it. I mean, I have a MacBook Pro that I'm using now, that I use on the road. So, but this 16-inch MacBook Pro, it has the M2 Max chip. And the M2 Max chip is really good for graphic design, for 3D rendering. Those of you that do that, I think that's pretty cool, 3D rendering, video editing, and it's the GPU performance is like it's major. It also has a larger display. So the 16 versus the 14, the 16 is going to give you more real estate in screen space. I recommend for this MacBook 16 that you at least get a terabyte of hard drive space. Like you have to have like a terabyte of hard drive space for this 16. The reason why is because your files, if you're doing heavier work, your files are gonna build up consistently. This has happened to me year in, year out. I do not purchase I do not purchase a Mac that does not have at least a terabyte of hard drive. Because for one, well, I'll give you three reasons why that you should buy something that has a terabyte. The first reason is what a terabyte does is it allows you space, obviously, but that the space is for not only for you to save your programs, but a lot of us overlook the fact that there are apps or applications that we use that actually take up space on the hard drive. And some of you have gotten smart and say, well, I'm going to run my app from an external, which I love that. I think that's commendable. That's actually a smart thing to do. However, all the rest of us, we download our systems or our apps, such as Final Cut Pro or the Adobe Suite. We actually download those to our system that we're currently using. So it's it makes sense, right? It makes sense to have a computer with enough space on it. So that's number one. That's the space. Number two, it's important to have space because believe it or not, your Mac runs on external hard drive space, and if you don't have at least 30% of your hard drive space freed up, you're gonna run into issues of your Mac being slow. So let me give you an example of that. My Mac currently that I'm using, and it's a MacBook Pro. I don't know if I can turn it around and show you. So yeah. So this is my MacBook Pro that I'm using. It's currently has and I can even show you that. It currently has let's go into About Mac. Let's go look at some specs here. So if you look at the specs here, it's got a memory of 32 gigs, right? And it doesn't show the hard drive space about this Mac. But it has a terabyte of hard drive space. Oh yeah, that's right. You go into more information. So those of you, let me give you a quick tip. Those of you that are you want to know the specs of your Mac, all you got to do is go to the Apple right here on your screen. Click that, go to About This Mac, click on that, and you'll get this little dialog box. And what it shows you is, hey, this processor is a 2.9 i9, Core i9, which is really nice. 32 gigs of RAM right there. And then if you click on more information, it's going to give you a breakdown of the storage space. So let me see if I can look at storage. See what we got here. Yeah, okay. So I literally just typed in storage, or typed in storage for the most part, like right there. So if you look on here, see I have a terabyte of hard drive space. And I have an SSD drive, which is a solid state drive. It's really nice. And the breakdown of all of the products that I'm using, my apps. Look at my apps there. Look how many gigs I'm using for my apps, 190 gigs. So that, to my point, when you're getting a new Mac, you got to consider that. You got to consider space for your MacBook. Arshnu, hey, how's it going, man? Good to see you in the live today. Man, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Thanks for commenting. Thanks for tuning in. For all of you that need a little bit heavier, a heavy duty if you have a little bit more, if you need a little bit more space, a little bit more productivity in your workflow, you want to look at the MacBook Pro 16-inch with the M2 Max chip. So the recommended specs is 1 terabyte. I would just default and just go 1 terabyte, regardless of where you are and what you're doing. Like, just get 1 terabyte. Like, the RAM that you need for this computer is going to be 32 gigs to 64 gigs. Now, once you start getting more RAM, you're gonna notice the price is going to increase. Your price is going to increase greatly. It's going to increase greatly. But anyway, this 16-inch features a Retina XDR display. Really doesn't really mean anything. Like, Mac's display screens are great. I haven't had any problems with it. I mean, I don't use it. I mean, I use it for visual purposes, but outside of that, I'm not like too much. Cool. Let's see what the comments say. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to this channel if you get a chance. Arshnu, you said, I saw your FIFINE A6T mic video and I brought it and love it. Oh man, great. I'm glad it's working out for you. Cool. That's awesome. That's the one that you can plug right into your computer, right? I believe. And let me know again what you're using it for. I forget if you were like trying to do overdubs or voiceovers. I think that's what you were using it for. But let me know in the comments. I appreciate it. I'm glad it worked out for you. So let me get back to this video. So talking about the best choice for heavy duty creatives, and this, like I said, the 16-inch MacBook Pro, the price range is going to be about $3,500. And this is for the M2 Max version. $3,500. That's a piece of money. But like, you're getting your money's worth. I tend to buy, and those of you that follow me and know, I tend to buy my computers used. Even the MacBook I just showed you, and if you want to go back and rewind, MacBook I just showed you is a used computer. It's a 2019. Works fine. It's Intel. It works just fine. And I buy used just specifically because I'm trying to save money. It's funny, like, Mac or Apple is this enormous, ginormous company that has this enormous marketing. They put billions and billions of dollars into marketing to try to get you to purchase the next iPhone or iMac, and people purchase them and they get them for these ridiculous prices. But really, the company Apple puts out great products. I mean, they put out great, solid products. And just because a product is a year or 2 years older, it's still a really good product. But you, the consumer, you're so interested in getting like the latest computer out there, and it's like, or the latest iPhone. You know, every 6 months you want to buy an iPhone, and it's really no need for that, because nothing is really being upgraded. Like, the only thing they're upgrading is their marketing to you and how they can get you to purchase that next computer or next iPhone or iWatch. So prices are super expensive, but the Macs, they last a long long time, right? So anyway, let's move forward. I want to talk about the MacBook Air. Now this is the 13-inch MacBook Air, and this is for students. This is for my students here. If you are a student and you're generally you're just like typing out papers, you may be doing some extensive work, but the best choice for you, for students, for general use and portability, and battery life, the best choice is the MacBook Air M2, the 13-inch. This is a really good choice. It's lightweight with the design, so you carry it everywhere from class to class. Excellent battery life, supposedly up to like 11-12 hours of performance and battery life, depending on how you use it. Now, if you're on it all the time and you got 15 to 20 tabs up, it's going to drain. It's going to drain your battery. But as a student, you're basically using it for basic tasks, such as like note taking. Of course, internet browsing is going to be the big thing for students. And we all video stream. Video stream has become pretty normalized. We're video streaming now, obviously, on my iPhone, so it's clearly no issue there. If you have an interest in like light video or photo editing, the M2's good. It's good. The MacBook Air M2. Now, so this M2 is a 13-inch screen, a little bit smaller screen. I think it's the smallest screen the Mac Air offers, but it's sufficient, because you're a student, right? So the recommended specs for the M2 13 is going to be 256 gigs of RAM, or 512 gigs, depending on your budget and needs. The more RAM you get, the higher your price is going to be. So you have that to consider, but you also have options of external hard drives out there. Get Lacy. Lacy's good. Go check out my review on Lacy hard drives. If you don't know already, it's a good thing. Lacy's are great, and invest in a solid state drive if you can. Let's get into the specs. Well, I already started the specs, but the RAM. So 8 gigs is usually pretty sufficient for most students. And it should benefit you. I would personally, what I would do is I would get 16 gigs. Start out with 16 gigs, just because you're looking at the future. I mean, unless you're going to buy a computer next year, like you get a computer this year and then buy another one in 12 months, 11 months. Like, I keep my computers for up to, all right, ready for it? Drum roll, up to 5 to 8 years. I'm not switching computers after 5 to 8 years, because what I get, I buy for the future of where I know I'm gonna go. It's just very important for this. So now this is the thing I like about the M2 MacBook Air. There's a difference between the Air and the Pro. This is the Air. The thing I like about this computer is the price. I mean, it starts at about $1,000, $1,100. Very, very economical. It's a good price. And if you're a student, you can prove it. Hey, you can get a discount. So check that out. Also, just consider, like I said, consider refurbished products or refurbished options, because it's gonna decrease your price. It's gonna decrease your price, and you're not gonna come out of the pocket as much. There are alternates to this MacBook Air. The alternate to this MacBook Air M2 is a MacBook Air M1 13-inch, which was the generation before the two. The M1s came out in 2020. So some of you might be like, whoa, that's too old. It's 5 years ago. All right. You're saving a little bit in price if you go with the M1 versions. I'm not sure if those are online or not. In other words, I'm not sure if you can purchase an M1 directly on the MacBook or directly on the Apple website, but they start around $900. I mean, go to eBay, because eBay actually has options for you to look at if you're interested in refurbished Macs or used Macs. So $1,000, it's not bad, not bad. So okay, so far we've talked about Macs for two different sets of groups. The first group we've kind of started. I didn't start in order. Well, it's not really order, but the first group we started with was those who are using Macs for graphics and editing, for different design capabilities. That was the first group. The second group were my students, and those of you who are in school. If you have a child that needs a computer, we talked about different specs to help you sort of to navigate. Because really, my honest opinion of when you go to shop, it can be very intimidating to go to the Apple website or even to go to an Apple store, right? Because you know what you want. Or I'll take that back. You don't necessarily know what you want or what you're looking for. And you kind of, a lot of people get swayed or persuaded into getting something that they may not necessarily need. Or they buy something without the knowledge of how it works before they get it. And by the time they get it, it's too late. And some people, and the rest of us, a lot of people are just buying just impulsively, which, yeah, don't buy on impulse. This channel does not encourage impulse buying. It's not a good thing. So, hey guys, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I'm here every Tuesday and every Friday morning this time. Let me know in the comments where you watching from as you're listening. I mean, it's cool if you want to just listen and not comment, but yeah, shoot me a hello in the comments. This is my channel. We're a community just focusing on just adding value to. I want to add value to my community in a way that, if you have any questions, just feel free to ask them. And I'm sure there's a video there on my channel that if you need assistance. I've got a lot of topics that I talk about. So in terms of Mac computers, and so let's address a comment. Let's see. Arnes, you're asking, do you know Soundcore by Anchor? It's a company for audio, and its headphones are Sony XM. Man, Soundcore. I think I have a Soundcore. It's a that speaker. I'm trying to remember. Yes, I actually do have a Soundcore. Yeah. What's your question? What do you own one? Do you own a Soundcore? So you're saying it rivals, the Soundcore rivals the Sony XM5? Oh, yeah, I didn't know that. Do they actually do they sell headphones? Because I only know them for speakers, right? I'm not sure about headphones, but cool. All right. Yeah, guys, let me know where you are watching from. Where you watching from in the world? I'm here sitting on the East Coast, so about to start my day. But We'll get back into the video. So if you guys are just joining for the first time, we are talking about how to choose your Mac for your needs, whether you're a student, a graphic designer, if you are into music production, video editing, production, film, camera, all of that good stuff, which is the next group of people that I want to talk to. If you are or are interested in becoming, if you're in the audio industry, if you're an audio engineer, a music producer, if you're heavy into audio production and you're composing like symphonies, mixing tracks, designing sounds, it's very important that you really research the type of Mac that's going to help you to be able to keep up with your workflow. And so I've got some options, or I've got really one option that's going to be a fire option for you. This option I've been looking at for the past 4 to 5 months now. I have not purchased this yet, just because I don't need it. I have iMacs now that service me well. They're old and older, but I don't have any problems. So if you are heavy, if you have heavy production, if you're into heavy production, I recommend the Mac Studio M2 Max or the M2 Ultra. So the Mac Studio is not it's not a laptop. It is a tower. Oh, it's not even a tower. It resembles the Mac Mini. And you do have to purchase a screen and a keyboard for it. So similar to the Mac Mini. And this Mac Studio was released probably back in 2022, maybe 21, 22. So my recommended specs for you guys that are whipping out these super tracks and these super files, and every session you have is a gig of space. I know this because I'm a part of this group. Because we'll save a session and it'll be 5 gigs easily, and we'll have to do all sorts of tricks and try to figure out if we need to email it to a customer. It's these large files, man. They take time to process, and I hope you're saving. If you guys are out there in heavy production, saving twice is a must. It's a must. So this Mac Studio M2 Mac Studio, highly recommended. It's in high price, but it's highly recommended. The recommended specs for this: with your storage, you want to have at least 1 to 2 gigs of storage. 1 to 2 gigs. Like I said, I don't go below, or I'm sorry, not 1 to 2 gigs. I'm sorry, 1 to 2 terabytes. I was thinking terabytes and said 1 to 2 terabytes of storage, because if you're in production, you're gonna run into issues with space, because you could have a lot of different libraries of effects, of samples, a lot of different audio. You may just have a lot of music, period, and you need the space for that. I would recommend getting you external, but don't buy or purchase below a terabyte. Not a gig, 1 gig. 1 terabyte. I messed that up earlier. RAM, you want to at least start at 32 gigs of RAM. I would not go below 16, but 32. I have been getting 32 gigs of RAM for the past 10 years. Nothing lower, nothing less. You got to get that. The price range, it starts at about $2,000. But please believe, if you're getting all of what I'm saying to get, you're going to at least be about $2,600 of money that you got to come out of. Just is what it is, man. So it's a lot of money. Lot of money. There is an alternate if you want the mobile alternate, or if you want the laptop alternate to this, is the well, not the laptop. So there's a Mac Pro, an M2 Ultra. If you need like additional cards, SSD, if you need additional interface cards, like you check out the Mac Pro M2 Ultra. But it's only for those who like need to expand, need like heavy expansion. So, and the recommended specs for this is a terabyte also. This goes up to 64 gigs to 128. The price is going to be about $5,000 to $6,000. It is what it is. There was recently a release that Apple, they sort of flirted with last year, and they finally released this mini monster. I'm playing on the words mini because it's small, literally small. But the alternate to the MacBook Studio is the Mac Mini M4, just released in October. I would recommend that you check out this computer, and it rivals heavily the Mac Studio. Go check it out. I have I have like 2 to 3 videos on this Mac Mini. So if you want the specs for that, if you want my opinion on that, we all know the Mac Mini is a little box. This thing is powerful because it's got the latest technology, the M4, the 4th edition or the 4th generation of Macs. Because we all know Mac recently just started making their own computer chips, which is sort of cool. Now these computers they don't have the best buyback, like they decrease at high rates. But check out the Mac Mini. I'm telling you, it's definitely going to it's definitely something that it's worth your time in checking. So but yeah, and I love giving information, and I think this video, I might even try to edit this video and put it out again, because it's very important for all of us. You know, if you're in the market for buying, and if you have any questions, even if you have any questions today on live, please let me know. Let me know in the comments. But it's very important, you know, and it can be intimidating to show up in an Apple store. Every Apple store I've gone to, everybody's like, it's always full, it's always packed. So I'm like, I just kind of go in there and rummage around, and I don't really get help, because I mean, I'll end up talking about my Apple channel and what I do. So so I'm just kind of like in there, but that's one thing, man. Apple's marketing is second to none. Second to none. Like, you cannot beat it. You cannot beat it. And of course, other videos I'm going to get into, you know, how to optimize your Mac performance, how to get the best out of your computer. Optimizing is very important. We'll probably talk about we'll talk about how to set up your Mac, like you purchase a Mac for the first time. It's really easy, but not everybody knows what to do once they get it. Some of us are coming from the Windows world and the PC world. Go check out my last video. I did the live on my last live. Talked about this a little bit. Even if you have questions on the programs which Apple offers, if you go to the Apple website, they offer the upgraded system, they will allow you to purchase some of their programs like Final Cut or Logic Pro. I have tips and tricks on how to use this if you're a first time user. So let me know. Like, don't be afraid. Don't be shy. Reach out. I believe my email is in. Yeah, I have my email is in the either in the comments or in the description. I'll add it into the description. Don't be afraid to reach out to me. So if you have any problems troubleshooting, like troubleshooting is it's a necessary, it's a necessary evil. Troubleshooting is something that we all face and we all run into, and Google has of late, up until last year, Google had been my number one go-to in troubleshooting, because everybody most likely, and that's the thing, Apple is a great company, but they do have issues, and they do have quality issues on some of the structures, some of the computers that they sell. Not every computer will be a good one. Like, some of us will get computers that are faulty, and I'm sorry if you do, but that's just the reality of it. They have very low quality issues, but they still show up, and so that's why it's important to continue to upgrade your software. But if you're upgrading your systems, don't research it first. Don't just upgrade and then be like, oh, I can't get into the program that I've been using for the past 3 months because I upgraded my system and didn't realize that this company has not even talked to Apple, and Apple just kind of like went ahead with this technology, and the company that you're using the software for or the hardware, they have to catch up to that technology. You got to remember, Apple is like really quick. They're really quick on updates. They're really quick on getting to the next thing, next. And some of these companies out there, they're not upgrading, and you should. Granted, if you're a company that's a third-party company, you should be upgrading, or you should be updating at least twice a year, 2 to 3 times a year. But sometimes Apple's doing it like 3-4 times. I mean, we get an iOS update, what, twice, 3 times? Sometimes, no, more than that, 5 to 7 times a year. There's an update, an upgrade. So, that's where we are. And I'm sitting up here about to get into my work. Are there any questions that anybody has? Any comments? It's been a quiet live today. I've been talking crazy. I'm gonna have to get some water. This is talk like this, and your mouth just gets dry. So, but yeah, how are you guys doing today? On this Friday, nobody's letting me know where you're watching from. Nobody has any questions? I'm curious, would anybody like me to talk about like Windows stuff in future videos? What sort of video ideas do you have for me, if you have any? Arshnu, yeah, from India. Yeah, thanks, man. Hey, Arshnu, Nintendo Switch 2 trailer. No, I didn't see the Nintendo Switch 2. I have twin sons, and one of my sons, he actually is a Nintendo fan, Nintendo Switch. So I'm sure he'll be on that. I'm gonna have to ask him about that Switch. So yeah, I guess I don't know, when is it coming out? I guess it'll be coming out this year. Yeah. But I didn't see this switch. I mean, I'll maybe try to check out if I get some time. Yeah. So this whole I've probably been doing lives for what, 2 to 3 months. I've been in content creation. I've been a YouTuber since 2021, and coincidentally I started reviewing Apple products, just giving the information I have, that I've accumulated over the years on Apple products. And it's funny because as I started developing videos and editing, and you all can check that out. I ended up reviewing some Windows products, and my Windows reviews have the most views on them, which is, it's kind of the irony in all of that is kind of funny. Like, this is an Apple channel, and I have way more views on Windows products. What does that tell me? I probably should review more. So I don't know, but anyhow, it's funny how that works. Who else is out there? Also, I want to update you all. I have a newsletter that's going out. I would like for you all to subscribe to this newsletter. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. But I have a newsletter that I have out that I'm working on it. It's nearly done. And if you would like any updates, please sign up. Shoot me your email. There's a sign up link. The sign up link, the description is on my channel. If you sign up for this, we'll probably start sending out newsletters in the springtime. So, which is in 2 months. Start sending out those letters. And it's gonna have something for everybody. You wouldn't believe the wealth of knowledge that I have on some of these products that I've been researching for years. And you don't need to research it. It's already there for you if you just sign up for the newsletter. So Windows is more popular than Apple because other brands are cheaper. Yeah. It's definitely still, I don't know if it's popular or they have more options, So how do I'm looking up something now. Yep. Oh yeah, one of my videos I did a comparison of Windows to Apple. I think it was the last week videos. But yeah. Windows is definitely cheaper, guys. Anybody have any questions? Any comments? And if you're not familiar of who I am, my name is Brett, with Anvil Music and Media. If you get a chance, like this page, like this channel, subscribe to it, and go and check out my videos. I have what you call the videos that I have currently range from troubleshooting topics to reviews. It's very opinional. You know, this is my opinion of the products that I've used over the years. But it's just purely to help you if you have any questions. That's what we have today. Guys, thanks for joining. Really appreciate you. This has been great. We'll be back next week, next Tuesday. I appreciate all of those who are here and return back and are like watching. It's exciting to see you guys, even though nobody really commented. Thank you, Arsnoot, for your comments. We had a whole one-on-one conversation. But get in here and let me know what you got going on. You know, let me know this. And we'll continue to come live every Tuesday and every Friday. Today's Friday. Tuesday and Friday, same time we'll be here. Catch us live. And I'll catch you later. All right. Till next time, hope everybody has a great weekend. Hope you guys, whatever you're getting into, be safe. And we'll talk to you soon.